this window now, white. This is a 100% acrylic, very high quality exterior latex paint. Sticks to anything. It's even self-priming, although I always prime. Bare wood. Getting in the corners, put your brush like that. And you just shimmy the brush up and down. Using both sides of the brush, you come to the bottom, you work your way up, and come back down again. You always load the brush with paint before you do a cut. This is a cut, because it's easier to cut when you have some paint on the end of the bristles. Bring it down like that. It's a very thick paint. It covers very nicely. Now this is a set of 2 windows side by side. This should only take you a minute and a half to paint 1 window. So I do the cut. Do the cut. And I take my brush and I fill in the rest. And then at the end we do the sill. The sill's already been primed. So we do the cut. Fill in the rest. It's always a good idea to punch the corners, so I call it punching the corners. You get the bristles inside here, and then finally we do the little lip. Start from the edge, bring it across, and there you go. That's 1 window done. What was that? A minute and a half, 2 minutes max. And here we go. We're going to do this upper window. And here we are. Okay. Oh, little tiny gap right there. Put some caulking in there. Press it right in. You don't want any gaps to show after the job is done. And the procedure for painting a 2nd-story window is no different from painting a 1st-story window. Draw the brush down, bring it back up. Now on a window that's this wide, it's not easy to reach over and do the other side as well. It's not recommended. It's not recommended to reach when you're on a ladder. But I do it because I'm a professional and I've been doing it for 20 years and I know what I'm doing. But it's not a good idea for do-it-yourselfers to reach like this. You should always get down, move the ladder to a more comfortable position. But ironically, when you do things for a living, even though you're better, you tend to sacrifice safety to some degree, because time matters. But for do-it-yourselfers, you should not reach over the way I'm doing now. Don't try this at home. A little legal disclaimer there. So I go down one rung so I can comfortably paint the bottom. Just a question of practice, getting used to it. It's not rocket surgery. It's not even brain surgery. It's just house painting. But to do it quickly and to do it well, like anything else, takes experience. But at least you'll know how to do it. It might take you longer, but by watching these videos, you will have a much better start on your own house. Or if you're thinking of getting into the painting business, you might pick up a few pointers from me. I would think after 20 years, I should have learned a few things by now. But you know what? I'm still learning. 20 years in, there's always stuff I'm saying to myself, man, why didn't I think of that? I'm always saying, oh, I should have done it that way. I'm still learning. 20 years in. Never really stopped learning. Always making little small improvements here and there. Just not at the same rate I was years ago. The learning curve is pretty much flattened out by now. Alright, we got some cracking. The house has settled a bit, the window has settled. So the window frame is separated from the steel lintel more than once, because it's been caulked already once after the builder. So we want to inject some of this caulking in here to again fill that gap. You run your finger, you fill it in. Hinting on the sides. Cracks on the sides because as it's dropping, it's shearing. It's shearing off. It's shearing the sides. And when you paint, you don't want to see little black gaps. It doesn't look very good. Eventually the house stops settling, but this house is not that old. It's probably, oh, I don't know, maybe 1992, something like that. So what are we talking, 17 years? It should basically be stop settling now. Some green paint on the inside of the glass. Whoever did the inside painting didn't clean up after himself. Well, that's okay. Nobody's perfect.